Hey there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. Guess what? We made it through 10 episodes. Today is our 11th episode, so this is officially a thing. We've decided to turn this into what we're going to start calling On Trend with and Sales. And we're going to keep on going with these weekly shows for you, touching base on topics that you guys need us to talk about, and continuing to have guests on from across the industry, retailers, vendors, various tools that can help you all, things like that. So keep on tuning in every week, and we'll keep these up and running, and they'll be on our website and everything, so you guys can look back on past episodes. So today is episode 11, and today we are talking about live selling 101. This is something that I have had a lot of our reps and a lot of our retailers, customers. We've been hearing a lot of things saying, I'm really thinking about doing Facebook Live, but I don't know where to start, and it's so overwhelming, and I need help. So here we are. I'm here to help you, and I have tried to bring this down to a basic level, as basic as I can, and really just focus on getting your very first Facebook Live done and out of the way. And I say it like that because let me tell you, once you get your first one done and out of the way, they all become so much easier every time that you do them. So I'm gonna talk about all the things, and we're not gonna get too complex and complicated because there's a lot to learn for future, and we can touch on how to make things bigger and better and all of those things after you get comfortable with your first round. So first, I'm gonna start with a little bit of tough love. I've heard of a lot of excuses on this topic. I didn't open my store to be on social media. I didn't ever want to be on camera. I'm not good at this. I'm not personable enough, or I don't know how to put on enough of a show for camera. All of those things. And I really think that you need to stop and get all the negatives out of your head. It's very easy to focus on the reasons not to do something and the negatives of, why you don't want to do something. But let's instead focus on the why of why you should explore doing this. And I really just want to start with the simple, why did you open your store in the first place? Why do you show up every day? Why do you have such a passion for your business? Is it the fact that you love the product? Awesome. Then love that product, and don't you want to show that product to everyone that you possibly can? Well, a great way to do that right now, especially when we can't all come to your store, is by doing Facebook Lives. Is your why that you love your community and you love the people that you come into your store and you want to serve them by putting lovely products in their home and making them happy? Great, let's focus on that. Then right now, not all of those people in your community can come to your store and come in person, but they still want your product. They still want your service of your personality and all of those things. So this is a great way to still service your customers and, get them the warm shopping and product that you provide, just in a different way. And I know that many of you have phone lines that are open and available, and that's great. But let me tell you, there is a big difference between being able to physically see someone and talking to someone on the phone. Being able to see their mannerisms and whatnot actually speaks a lot louder than words sometimes. So, just some reasons of why you should stop and think of the positive reasons to do this. Also, this is the best time ever to start doing something like this, because perfection is not expected. More than ever before, the world has has accepted that we're all figuring this out at the same time. And more than ever, we're not looking for the perfect image or the perfect person or the perfect saying and all of these things. People just want people to be real. So just be you, just be real and be honest and say, hey guys, I've never done this before. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but come on my ride and they'll help you grow. So I'm asking you, come on the ride with me. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm learning every week and we're just trying to make this better so we can still do this side by side. All right, now let's get into it. First, you do want to take some time to prep. Don't overthink. There's a difference between prepping and overthinking. We want to prep, but we don't want to overthink everything. So come up with a plan. Do you want to do this once a week? Do you want to do it twice a month? Do you want to do it twice a week? All of those options are okay. I've talked to people that are doing it just twice a month, like every other week, and it's taking place of maybe half of the in-person events that they typically do. And I've talked to people that are doing it twice a week, heck, 3 times a week. And they're doing great and it's worth it for them. So, it's up to you. It's also okay to adjust your plan. It's okay for you to say, hey, we're going to start off doing this once a week. And if our customers love it, then we can ramp it up and do it more often than that. But I do kind of want you to set a bar of your minimum. So I think it's easier to ramp up and add more than it's not such a good idea to back off. So maybe you should say, we're going to start doing this twice a month. And then if you get more comfortable and you find that it's worth it, keep adding more. But I would set a minimum bar for yourself of, twice a month and commit to it. You have to commit and have other people hold you accountable. So also think about themes. Do you have themes that are coming up that, are good for you to focus on right now? I have put together 2 themes to focus on today that are kind of just for me to show you some examples of how to do this. My first theme is talking about end of summer and fall. And my other theme that I'm going to show you is Christmas. Believe it or not, people are already doing Facebook Lives on fall product and on Christmas product. And they're selling. People are already buying fall product. I know it sounds crazy, but you guys are already getting Christmas product in your stores right now. Every day I see many of you posting videos and pictures of the boxes that are being delivered to your store, which is awesome and I get so excited about because I love Christmas. But anyway, so you can start doing those themes right now, or you can pick a smaller theme and focus on, hey, maybe you just want to focus on camping and camping items, or maybe today you're going to focus on baby products, things like that. So maybe come up with some themes and break it down. I also think it's a good idea to, especially for your first one, to break it down to just a few product groupings. Don't try to, do this massive Facebook Live with just tons of products. You can get there. There are people that do multi-hour Facebook Live selling, and it's great the whole way through. But I wouldn't recommend to start there. Start with something small and grow it as you get more comfortable. Then you're also going to want to, obviously, after you come up with your plan of your timeline and your themes, start marketing it. Blow it out on all your social media, tell all your friends, send an e-blast about it, all of the things, talk about it, promote it, and you want to make sure that you keep working on that. Then you're going to have to come up with your own set of rules. That is completely up to you and your store, what you're comfortable with. Rules being, how are you going to sell the product? For example, you can say, I need you, if you want this item, you need to put in the comments below, sold #1. And if there's one of the groupings that I'll show you in a minute of multiple items that might have an A, B, or C option, you can say sold number 2A. That's a very common route to go, but it's completely up to you and your preference. Just make sure that you come up with the rules and stick to them and announce what your rules are at the beginning of your live sale. First come, first serve. You probably want to tell them that. Many times it's a good idea to put on, I'm seeing in my video that this is over here, but it's really over on my other side. So anyway, you're gonna, it's a good idea to put how many quantities you have. So for example, you say first come, first serve, then obviously for this item, I only have 12. So you're creating a sense of urgency. So make sure that you say, hey guys, we have 12, first come, first serve. Make sure you comment on, sold item number 1, and it's all time stamped in your Facebook Live or in your Facebook comments, so you'll know truly who was first come, first serve, and you'll be able to follow up with them. Let them know you'll be following up with them, or your team will be following up with them via comments, email, phone, direct message. Again, that's up to you and how you want to set your rules and your parameters, but make sure that you have those rules set and then announce them and stick to them. Have a team if you can. A team doesn't mean a massive group of people, but if you can at least have one other person with you, it does help. I'm doing this totally solo today because, again, I wanted to help you guys and show you that anybody can do this. So I literally went down to the basement late last night and rummaged through what I had in my basement and put this together for today's show, and I'm all alone. Nobody else is here. Thank goodness my husband took my little guys out of the house, because otherwise you'd hear them. But, so you can do this alone too, and I'll tell you how. But it definitely is easier if you have at least one person helping you out, and they don't need to be silent in the background. It's okay for you to be having a conversation with them too. And, for them to be helping you tweak things if they see that something's not correct, or if they want to add a side comment or something, is perfectly okay and accepted, and kind of creates a little sense of fun and personability. So, and if you can have a few people with you, create, an excitement. You can applaud. You can, you want to create this sense of excitement and energy and whatnot. So that's always great. If you're alone, then before you start your live, do some jumping jacks or something to get your energy up as much as possible. Or maybe you're just a really enthusiastic person, and, but if not, if you're just a cool, calm, collected person, that's perfectly fine too. Just be you, be confident, be comfortable, do what you need to do to make yourself as comfortable as possible. I know that I have to, do the full hair and makeup and take my glasses off. Normally I wear glasses like 90% of the time, but for some reason, doing these live videos, I'm not comfortable wearing my glasses. So you have to do what you need to do to make yourself comfortable. All right, have a drink. It's okay if you're like, I need my drink to help myself calm down. I have coffee. It's okay if it's water, if it's soda, if it's coffee with some Kahlua in there. Mine doesn't really have Kahlua, but maybe it's a cocktail and you're sending out the cocktail recipe to everybody to kind of be like, hey, enjoy a cocktail with me. What a fun thing to do. Things like that. But do something that's going to kind of help take your focus just off of the show and whatnot. So, all right, let's get down to talking about the tools that you need. You don't need as much as everybody thinks that you do. And I know there's all these crazy cool tools anymore, and it can get really cool. And you can add those down the road when you figure all this out, but you don't have to start with that. You can start literally with an iPhone or an iPad or a computer. That's it. Now, I will put a caveat on that. An iPad and iPhone, you can go live directly without needing any, fancy softwares or anything on them. I do use my computer. I just like the way that it stands, and it's what I use the most. It's what I'm most comfortable with. Never did I know until I went to do my first Facebook Live that on Facebook, you can't go Facebook Live from a computer without a special software to do so. So that's what I mean, that sometimes you just have to jump in and figure it out. But I did purchase a special software to be able to do Facebook Lives from my computer. It's just what I'm most comfortable using, and it allows me to do some other cool tricks and whatnot. I still have a lot to learn on those cool tricks, but I'm learning. So easiest to do is a phone or a iPad. I would suggest, especially if you're doing this alone, if you have an iPad, I would suggest that, because then you can see yourself and kind of see what you're doing. Where if you're anything like me and have horrible eyesight, I would not be able to see myself on a phone. I would probably be squinting at you like this the whole time, trying to see what's going on. As far as the comments go, especially for your first one, and if you're doing this solo, don't freak out and think, oh my gosh, I have to respond to all the comments and all those things. You don't. It's perfectly okay. And you can even be honest with everybody and say, hey guys, if you're commenting, thank you so much. I will get back to you. One of our team members will get back to you, as soon as possible. Just let me get through this. So, don't overthink all of those things. If you are using an iPhone or an iPad, there is a little trick. It's really good to have signage for your product. It's not really good to have signage for your product if you can't read it. So you need to, for some reason, on your phone, and I believe also on your iPad, it automatically does this mirror image thing that you need to turn that function off. Otherwise, all of your words will be backwards. I've seen this a lot of times. And again, we all are figuring this out, right? But I thought that I would give you that little hint. So let me see if I can even show you how to do this. We did make a short video on this, but you go to your lives. All right, oops, where are you? I'm in the program to do a Facebook Live. Over here, that wand looking thing, you're gonna touch that. Touch that. Okay, and then you go to these tools, touch that, and then it gives you your options to change your mirror image. So you're going to want to flip it to make sure that you can read what you're doing. All right, so I hope that helps. That is a little trick to do on your iPhone and iPad. The other thing you're going to want, if you're using an iPhone or an iPad, is something to hold your iPhone or iPad. They do make various stands that can hold them. You can get a holder that clips onto your iPad that can screw onto any type of stand. They're not expensive and easy to work and all of those things. So I'm saying like you can find them for maybe $10 or anything. You don't need some fancy schmancy crazy one. Just get a simple one that works and be able to hook it onto some type of stand or something. That way, nobody needs to hold it. You can see yourself. They can see you clearly, eye level, all of those things. Again, if you can have, any team members, somebody there to man the comments. That way, again, you or the person that's doing the actual video talking doesn't have to focus on comments, but it is great if you can have somebody that is scrolling through them or regularly responding, and also can say to you, if somebody points out something and has a question, it's great for somebody to be able to shout out to you and say, hey, we have this question, or things like that. So I will show you my setup right now, actually. Again, I used a computer, so it's slightly different, and I apologize that I will. So again, this is in my house, guys. I'm in my house. That's my stand that I put my computer on, right there. I do have a light that I've had for a couple weeks now. It's really great, especially for product. In a dark area. Okay, so, but it's really simple. You could see there's not much to it. I have a table, I have a stand. That's it. Okay, another thing I would suggest, if you have Earpods, I know the newer phones, a lot of them came with Earpods. Those do help drown out other background noise. I don't use them. I don't like them in my ears. But I've had several guests that have used them, and they do help drown out any background noise if you have your other team members working in the background or things like that. So I do recommend those. It just helps to clear a microphone. Later on down the road, if you want, you can get into a microphone or, additional lighting, all of those things, but it's absolutely not needed to start off. Okay, last but not least, have a support person. Have somebody that you're like, maybe they can't be there, but you want them to watch. Have somebody that you know is going to be on to watch. I know that my dad watches pretty much every episode live, and he often leaves some type of comment about, hey, you look beautiful today, or something like that, and it's totally not related to the topic, but it's awesome, and it makes me feel good, and I know that my dad is there cheering me on. I know you all have somebody like that, whether it's a family member or a best friend, that this is a chance that they can see what you do from another state or something like that. Shout out to you, Dad. Thanks for doing that. Anyway, so, things like that are always great to think of. All right, now nitty gritty, you've got your plan out, you've got your stuff, you're gonna get ready to actually do this thing. Now it comes down to you. Just you. Obviously you have the product, we'll bring that in, but you just need to be personable and think of stories and, have energy. Again, that's why I said do jumping jacks before you do this. Do whatever you need to do to have some energy. The more energy, the better. So we're going to get into what I put together for you guys. So again, I said I put together a fall, end of summer, fall theme for you. This is a great product from Creative Brands, Santa Barbara. This is a s'mores roasting set. We love these. We use them all the time in my family, and people that, my friends that have used these are obsessed as well. Let me show you why. It comes all packaged like this, a set of 4. They're nice and small, right? But this is what they do. All the way out. That's super long, so nobody has to get burnt. You don't have to worry about kids. My 1.5-year-old has used these. They're sturdy. They go right back in. They clean easily. This is one of Santa Barbara's top sellers. They have thousands of items, and this is in the top 20, I think, and has been for a little bit now. So, yes, everybody wants to roast marshmallows on a campfire, whether it's now or through the fall. So this is item number 1. As you can see, I put here, I think it's a good idea to have a sign. Now there's 2 methods to do these Facebook Lives. This one that I'm doing right here is an item by item method. I have the signage for you with how you're going to comment. So if you want this item, comment sold, number 1. All right, once you have 12 comments of that, you're done. You're out of there. This product is gone. You have to place a reorder. So this is a method that is very common, and I can tell you this method rocks. People get a lot of attraction from this selling in this format. I think it's simple. It's simple for the customer to see. You have signage, so even if they pop in quickly or maybe they come back and they scroll through, they can see it and they can say, hey, I want that, and order it from you quickly. So this, and then I'm going to roll right into why I created my, these items. These are enamelware. These are awesome. We use these at 4th of July, again, with all my kids. They are like the Rolls Royce of enamelware. I'm not going to go into all the product details because I want to show you guys the real nitty-gritty of how to do this. But these really are awesome with kids, especially outside, inside, dishwasher safe. You can even cook on them. Don't put them in the microwave because they're made out of metal. But they have a porcelain finish. They're awesome. These are called glampware. They come in sets of 4. I should change this piece of paper. This is what I mean. See? So you have all your items set up and ready to go so that you can talk about each one in order. So if you guys want this, there's the bowls in a set of 4, or there's the plates in a set of 4. Talk to them about it. Tell them what the product is made out of, why it's so great. Why did you order this product? Have you used it personally? What do you love about it? We have used these personally. I really do love them because I don't have to worry about paper plates getting soggy and falling apart. I don't have to worry about these falling on the ground because they won't crack. They won't break. They don't even scratch. They're awesome. So this is where it gets you come into the A and B's or being more specific. If you want to buy the plates, comment number 2 enamel plates, and this is the price. If you want the bowls, comment number 2 bowls. That's the price. All right, put those back. So I'm one person, so I had to do a setup that this is easy for me to grab and then bring here to show you guys individually. When everybody's around a campfire, or they're going camping, or you guys are just killing time with family and friends, you want to play a game, this is a killer brand new board game. You can even, as you're selling these things, again, I have to turn the page. While you're showing these, you can open them up, go through some of the fun things of the board game, read some of the cards out loud. Have you played this with your family? What do you love about this? Again, this really is an awesome item. Everything that I'm showing you here, we do sell at Ann Sales, and you can purchase it. But this is, to show you guys how you guys can do this. So I think you guys get the concept that this is an item by item thing. I would recommend for your first time to set up 5 of these mini groupings like this. So for example, the next one I had set up a small grouping. So as you can see here, there are more items on here. So it doesn't mean that you only have to sell 5 items. You can sell 5 little groupings. So for here, again, we're talking about camping. I have some notepads and some water bottles. And you can talk about, tell them what is on them. Tell them what they say. Tell them why the water bottles are great. All those things. Give yourself, at least probably a minute on each item to talk about it, and they can read the sign and they can comment, all those things. So, and you can explain to them which one's A and B and, all of those things. So this is method number 1, which I think is great. This method works fantastic for fashion, and it does work very well for a lot of home decor. But I know there's also a lot of people that like doing the vignette style, especially in home decor. We're very visual people that see things fitting together. How does everything fit together on a mantle for the Christmas time? Or how is my tablescape gonna look? Things like that. And in your stores, you have all of these beautiful vignettes. So that's a great method too that I'm gonna bring you over to show you an option for that. I personally, if somebody were to ask my opinion on which method to go with, I would say both. I would really say that there are advantages to both, and to consider maybe switching off, every other time, trying one or the other. Maybe you will personally see for your customer base that they are attracted to one method versus the other. Again, I think there's advantages of both, especially in the home decor side of things. So, let's head over and talk about the other option. You're gonna have to roll on with me. Come this way. All right. This is my vignette that I've created on my dining room table. So this would be selling in more of a vignette style. Obviously, you guys have beautiful setups all throughout your stores that you can use. I threw this together out of my basement, sorry. But this is a Christmas theme that I put together. If you're gonna sell in a vignette style, I really recommend to number the items. I know it's common to pick an item up and for you to internally know what the number is, or have your team say, oh, this is number 3. And that's great, except I really think that your customers that are watching, they come in and out. It's very rare that somebody will sit through a long video watching the whole thing. So you want to give them every opportunity to be visually stimulated and to make that purchase. So it's best if you can put the item or the numbers, the ordering numbers on, so that if they quickly run through and they don't have a lot of time but they want to order something, they can go, oh, that's number 1. Comment sold number 1. You know, things like that to think about. Again, when you're doing a vignette, obviously you don't want it to be too too saturated with eye pollution. So I understand that signage can be a touchy thing. I wouldn't do signage as far as pricing in this style, you know, because that does become a lot. But I would put the item numbers by, just so that, again, you can get that quick impulse. I love that item. I want that. And it's much easier if you have them numbered rather than somebody trying to describe which one they're talking about. So these are the 2 methods that I, you know, have been seeing, and both are working well. It does seem that that first method is working a little bit more along a broader style base. The other big thing is that you want to make sure that you are taking pictures and posting pictures of each grouping or item after your live show, so that you're giving people another chance to come back through. Rather than watching the full show, they can swing through and just look at all the pictures really quick and order them that way. You know, this is all about multi-channel selling. So we want to think of giving your customers every opportunity possible to get that product in their hand. And a lot of times it is going to be impulse, you know, purchases or retail therapy. And sometimes it's that, you know, they really need some items and, you know, some giftables and all of those things. And everybody is spending a lot of time in their house. So, you know, we need some items, especially through the holidays. I know for me, the holidays, I cannot imagine the holidays without the scent of the holidays. So I have to have my holiday candles. Well, I need a store to buy those holiday candles from. Make sure that you're, you know, putting yourself out there so that you're giving your customers a chance. And it really is doing them a service to make sure that they can have these items that make their homes and their holidays so special. You know, so think about all those things. Think about this year. People are spending a lot of times, you know, with their friends and family. Board games are huge, selling like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but board game sales are super up right now. You know, anything that people can do to be crafty or fill some time, especially with little kids. You know, cookie sets. This is a great cookie set. You know, things that are giftable but also filling time. So you're gonna come back here with me now. Anybody know what that's from? Oh, that reminds me of another great thing. Think of ways to encourage sharing and whatnot. I forgot to say this, but you know, it's a really good idea early on to say, hey, share this video and create a drawing. You know, everybody that shares this video gets entered into a drawing for such and such an item within the next 24 hours. And hey, I'll jump in on that too. Everybody that watches this and shares, I should have said this at the beginning of the video, but see, I make mistakes too, we all do. Anybody that shares this video, hey, shout out. Anybody that shares this video, you guys can get entered into drawing, and I will be sure to, within the next 24 hours, share the video in 24 hours, and I will enter you in a drawing, and you can pick one of the items from here that we're showing. And yeah, we can send that out to you too. So I hope that this helped. Make sure that you comment and follow up with your customers that do comment and purchase items. Follow up with them via comment, to reply on their comment, call them, email them, you can private message them. Make sure that you acknowledge that you saw that they wanted the item, but also make sure that you get payment for that item as quickly as possible for whatever method is best for you. And obviously you are thanking them and coming up with a plan with them if they're going to pick up the item, all those things. Again, that kind of goes back to your rules of how you're going to make this process work for you. In the future, as you get into this, you can get lights, you can get mics, you can look into streaming services so that you can have this show on multiple platforms at the same time. That's a great way to get more viewers. You can look into services that help organize your sales and doing live selling videos. Guys, this is how important it is that people have created new businesses just around social media selling. I know a big one right now that people are looking into is Comment Sold. I am trying to have them on as a guest on our show, so that I know a lot of people are questioning and wanting to learn more. But that's one that a lot of people are looking into as they get comfortable and move forward on doing this. The biggest tip that I can give, and I really believe this, is aside from knowing your why and reminding yourself of your why, which is most likely that you are wanting to service your customers, and this is giving you another way to truly service your customers. But also, don't look and harp on the number of viewings and the number of comments. It's going to take time. If I looked at the number of viewings and the number of comments, especially the first few videos that I did, I would have quit a long time ago, or I would potentially quit every show that I do. But that was one of the best tips that I had gotten when I very first started and was researching this whole spectrum of social media. Don't focus on the numbers. Don't focus on the number of viewings. Don't focus on the number of comments. Obviously you want to do better every time, and you can ask your customers, what's a good time for them? What's a good day to do these? You can send out polls, but don't allow yourself one time or two times to do something like this and expect it to be a hit. It's okay if it's a complete flop. It's really okay. Just keep going. You'll get better at it. Your customers will get better at it. They'll understand it more. They'll get more and more excited every time. And, and it will, every time that you'll get more confident, you'll learn more. Just keep going. Keep going. If you guys have any other questions that I can help with, any other topics that you want us to touch base on, let us know. I hope that this was helpful for you. I really hope that you push yourself outside of your comfort zone and give this a shot. I challenge you, do it one time, and then don't look at the comments and do it again. I hope that you guys have a great day, and yeah, we will talk to you soon. Oh, I almost forgot. We have a huge announcement. If you're not signed up for our e-blast, you should be. And you can do that from our website. But also, we are doing a virtual show of new products. We are getting in, just like you guys are getting in your Christmas product, we're getting in Christmas products for next Christmas, as in Christmas 2021. We're getting in fall and Christmas product of new items. And gift items, home decor items, all of those things. Our team as a whole is working so hard across all 7 states to put together a virtual show for you. We've been working with all of our brands. So we will be doing a virtual show August 10th through 15th. And we'll have it all throughout the day with every one of our brands. We're so excited, and we hope that you guys all join us, and we will be sharing more information about specifics, but our whole team will be there. You get to meet all of our reps. Just like you, they're not super comfortable and confident with doing this whole video thing either, but they have a why. Their why is that they want to service their retailers. They want to service their customers. And right now, shows are just not a great way to service everybody. And we want to be able to service as many people as possible. So it's all about multi-channeling and doing everything that we can to service all of you. So thanks so much. Have a great day, and we will talk to you soon. See, I'm all alone, so I even have to turn this off.